Hey, well, hello and welcome. So I haven't done this for a while. We got a lot to catch up on. Of course, it's the new year, and got a lot of new stuff coming up. And want to share it with you. So, of course, now's the time where everybody's, like, I didn't announce this. This was just sort of kind of threw it together the last second. I got a new space here, playing around with it, and this is gonna be fun. But my screen now is above me. So here's my cameras right here, right? But my screen's up here. So if I'm looking up, it's because I'm looking at my screen. I'm trying to read your comments. It's above me. So I might have to stand up so I can read them. So anyway, hope you're having a great new year. I love the new year. I love my favorite thing. I am being honest. I am not being facetious about this at all. Is I work out fairly regularly. I mean, I take time off, a few weeks at a time sometimes, but I work out fairly uh, regularly, shall we say? And I go to the Planet Fitness, in case you're wondering, because I like the Planet Fitness because you don't have to feel like you're compete with anybody. Just everybody there. Just having a place where you just go and work out and not feel like you're trying to win an awards is nice. You just go because everybody else there is at that same level of look. I'm just trying to stay alive. I'm just trying to get enough physical activity so I don't uh, just pass out and trying to walk up the stairs. That's all I'm going for. I'm not trying to make a team. I'm just trying to, uh, not have to go buy new clothes. I'm still trying to just fit into what I'm wearing and just maintain it. I'm just trying to maintain, keep the heart going. That's it. That's all I'm doing when I go to work. And this is my favorite time of the year to go to the gym because seeing all the new people coming into the gym with their New Year's resolutions, you can see that they're all excited, and they flood the gym. There's lots of people everywhere all the time throughout the month of January, and then the Super Bowl hits, and then everybody just quit. Then we just go back to normal. But it's exciting to see people doing that. And that's why I tell people with your resolutions, everybody thinks you got to be perfect all the time. You don't got to be perfect. Don't try to be perfect. That's dumb. That's a dumb. You're setting yourself up for disaster if you're thinking in absolutes. Like I'm gonna work out every day. I'm gonna stop drinking soda pop. I'm not gonna eat sugar. Blah blah blah. And then all of a sudden you sneak a Snickers bar, and then it's like, well, okay, I already had a Snickers bar. I might as well, you know, uh, eat an entire bag of Skittles. And, I might as well go ahead and drink a 2 liter of Coke. Um, I might as well, go crazy. And that's the problem that people have is all or nothing mentality. And that's, you got to stop that. If you want to progress, this is what I said, progress over perfection. Don't go for perfection. That's a waste of time. Go for progress. If you're trying to exercise and you only go once a week, that's better than not going at all, ever. And if all you do is go there and lift two things and then you're winded, hey, at least you did that, and then you just keep going. So a little bit at a time. That's baby steps, as they say. Baby steps. So I hope you're having a good time. I hope you are the type of person who schedules and makes resolutions. I really do. I hope you're that kind of person. I hope you are that kind of. Okay, where's going on over here? This is my other computer. I got two computers going. One over here, one here, this one up here. So I'm trying to read your comments. So I hope you don't mind staring up my nose as I read the comments. So anyway, let me tell you about what's going on. So last month I had kind of a little setback. So we have a son who lives in Utah. He got married a while back, a little over a year ago, and he bought a house in Utah. Closed fairly quickly. Needed some help moving into the house, and I also had a car that I needed to take back to Utah because it's registered in Utah, and so that was a perfect opportunity. I drive back to Utah with the car, help my son move into his new house, be there for Christmas because we still have lots of family and property and friends and everything in Utah, and so it was a perfect opportunity to go back, help my son, hang out for Christmas. Everything was great. Also had a cat that we needed to get fixed, and we have family who are veterinarians back in Utah, and so I thought, okay, it's perfect. I take the cat back there, get it fixed, get it chipped, all that stuff. And we had a friend who was going to take the cat. So I was going to take the cat back. I took my dogs. I took my Allie and Doug with me. So I had two dogs. I had a German Shepherd and a Pit Bull and a cat and me. And I got my little Subaru, 2007 Subaru. We hopped in there and we took off. And everything was going great. We're stopping in Akron, Ohio. Or not Akron, Dayton. It's near Dayton, Huber Heights. My daughter lives there, and so we're stopping to visit my daughter. And I'm getting there. It's at night. It's on the 13th. It's her birthday, my daughter's birthday. I was going to get there. Hopefully, get there early enough. I was going to take her and her boyfriend Carter out for dinner. I was looking forward to being there. I was excited to get there. Anyway, so I'm on the freeway, and I come into the exit to go off the freeway to go to her place, and I'm still kind of foggy about this. This was kind of bizarre, but so I'm over in the slow lane, the exit lane. I'm slowing down because my exit's coming up. And for some reason, this guy in front of me just decides to stop. There's nothing in front of him. There's no reason for him to be doing 10 miles an hour, whatever he slowed down to. There was nothing in front of it. There were no cars. There was nothing. There was no reason for this guy. He slows down really, and I popped him in the rear, and nobody was hurt. My airbag did go off in my car, so it kind of freaked me out a little bit. But it was just one of those weird things where it's like, holy crap, what's going on? And, you slam on the brakes and ended up tagging him. And it was weird. And so in the whole melee of everything, I pull over, get off the freeway, I get out of the car, and the cat jumps out of the car, bolts for the freeway, of course. And then a car comes by, scares him. He flips around, comes running towards me, and I'm thinking, okay, I'll grab him. He'll get back. He has a harness. I have a harness on this cat and a leash, right? But he jumps out of the car. He comes running towards me, and he's close enough that I could almost grab the leash. And then another car comes by. It's a freeway, so it's really loud. And freaks the cat out even more, and then he just bolts for the weeds on the side of the freeway. He takes off. I mean, there's no get. He's just gone. He's gone. And And then I'm trying to keep the dogs in the car, so I'm trying to calm them down because they're freaking out because the airbag went off and everything. And so then I go out, I check on the other the other people. Nobody was hurt because, like I said, it wasn't a slam into it. It was more of a kind of but kind of a tag them sort of thing. It was not the. It was dumb. It was a dumb accident. And when you're in these things, you feel like an idiot. I felt like an idiot. I couldn't. I'm like, I don't know why was this guy. Why is he on the freeway doing 10 miles an hour? I don't know. Okay. So I call my wife. I'm a little freaked out. Tell her about it. So she immediately, because the car's not drivable. You can't. There's no way that because the airbags are going off, and it was anyway. So I called her, get AAA. They come pick up the car. Police come, fill out the reports, move the car to a place to get it, looked at. My daughter comes and picks me up. She takes me to the hotel that I was registered to stay in. So I went to the hotel and just sort of, hung out there for the night. Anyway, Tressa hops in her car within minutes of me calling her and telling her that what had happened. She's worried about me, so she drives all night. She gets there the next day, and it was a rough night. It was a rough night, and but I'm just trying to take it. Nobody was hurt. So I'm grateful for that. It was an old car. It's a 2007. The car's paid off, so it's not like, that is a big deal. But so anyway, so the car, we drop it off at the place to have them look at it, see what it takes to get fixed. Trust picks me up, and we end up driving to Texas because I have a brother-in-law who lives in Texas, and I have a Suburban that's been sitting there since last summer. And so we use the opportunity to go down there, pick up the Suburban. I take the Suburban up to Utah. And when I get to Utah, I go to look at getting the Suburban fixed because it had some issues. And it was going to be like $4,000 to fix this thing. And instead of getting upset and everything, we just decided to just trade it in and buy a new car. Because the car that she had been using to do inspections was this old Subaru. So now she didn't have a car. They don't have the Suburban. So we traded in the Suburban. We bought a new car. Bought Tressa a new car. So it's a Honda. She's a big Honda is what my lovely bride loves to drive. She loves Honda. She's loved every Honda she's ever driven. And so we got her a Honda in Utah. So it's been interesting. Okay, so let me explain. So I get the Suburban in Texas, drive it up to Utah. Tressa turns around. She has work to do back in Connecticut because all of you wonderful people who bought stuff from us for Christmas, you bought T-shirts and stuff. She had to go back and fulfill all those orders. So she had to turn around, go back, get all that stuff mailed out. And then she flew to Utah, met up with me, and then we hung out with the family for Christmas. Everybody except my daughter Tiana was there. But the boys were all there, so we had a nice time hanging out with everybody. We traded in the Suburban. We bought a new car for Tressa, and we have a Honda Pilot, and not a brand new. It was a used 2014, I think it is. And she flew back to Connecticut because again she has more work to do after Christmas. And then I drove back with Allie, the dog. Doug, in case you wonder if you remember Doug, love Doug, but he is with my son-in-law because they wanted to keep Doug because Doug is a beautiful, an amazing being who is just full of love and happiness all the time. He's a pit bull but he's just all love. I mean, he's just a big muscly ball of love. But he also is, he's a pit bull. So they wanted to have him because my daughter-in-law, they have to walk to go get their mail every day because they don't the community they live in, they have like a community mailbox area, so they have to walk like a block and a half to go get their mail. And so she likes having the pit bull with her to walk, which is great. Doug gets to walk and serves a function, and he's happy. He gets all the attention he could ever hope for because he just loves attention. The dog is just loves. So anyway, but they're in Utah, and so they get the dog, and so finally Christmas, everything comes around. Hey, Alan, thank you, Alan. I appreciate that. Um, so we get Allie. I get the new car. I drive back. Everybody's worried about me because I'm an old person, and they think that I'm going to crash all the time now. And I'm worried because I'm an old person, and I'm worried I'm going to crash all the time now. So, but I took it easy. Got home, and we had New Year's Eve shows. Well, I had a Friday night at the City Steam or City Winery in Boston. We did a show there the Friday night that I got back on the 30th. Great show, great turnout. It was just a lot of fun. And then Saturday night, New Year's Eve, we were at the up in New Hampshire at the Roundabout Diner in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, and we had a great time. Great turnout. It was a sold out crowd. It was the biggest crowd they've had there in a very long time. I think they've only had that biggest show one other time. So it was really cool, and we had a great time. All the comics were funny, and then I finally got to come home and sleep because I've been going through the entire Christmas. I just had a lot of stuff done going. But the cat is gone. The cat disappeared. If you're in Huber Heights and you find a black cat with a harness and he had a blue collar with a bell on it and a leash running around in Huber Heights, that was my cat. We tried to look for it. I drove up and down the area that he was disappeared for a day or two, and I hope the cat's fine. Cats are resilient and they're amazing beings, and I hope that he's doing well. That was the big tragedy is we lost the cat. I hope he's having a wonderful life being a cat. So that was my adventure for Christmas. Not any of what I had planned. Didn't plan on buying it. I didn't plan on losing a cat. I didn't plan on driving the Suburban from Texas. All this stuff. Oh, then on my way back, the place that we took the car to, I stopped to check on it. They said it was going to be like 10 grand to fix this thing, and not worth 10 grand to fix it. But it still runs. It's still operational. It's got a few things that need to be fixed. I mean, if you're going to fix it up so it's perfect, it'd be 10 grand. But just to fix it up so it drives, I don't think we need 10 grand. I think I could do it for a lot less than that. So it's sitting at my daughter's place in Huber Heights. And I don't know if there's anybody in Ohio who wants to buy it from me. I'm happy to sell it to you make an offer. It's I'll send you pictures. It's in Ohio. If you want, it runs. Needs a belt. I think the power steering is not the best. I'll send you pictures if you're interested. But I'm not sure what to do with it. I'm thinking of going and getting it, bringing it back to Connecticut, and just kind of have it a project car and work on it. I put a lot into this thing. I really like this car. That's the thing about it. I like this car. It's a 6-cylinder boxer engine. It's all-wheel drive. It's the Subaru Tribeca. It's a fun car, and I had fun driving. Nobody else likes it, but I like it. And then I damaged it. But anyway, if you want to buy my car, let me know. I'd be in, I don't know what to do with it. Um, I don't know that my cat's going to come all the way back to Connecticut. I really don't. Am I in Cameo? Yes, I am on Cameo. I do. I am on the Cameo app. Or you can go to my website, rodneynorman.com, and you can request me to do videos there too. So I do those. Yes. Um, Give it to somebody in your family you hate. Well, I love everybody in my family. And everybody in my family tells me I should just let this car go, to be honest with you. Oh, okay. So I've put two new engines in this car. The first one, uh, when we first got it, had as all Subarus eventually do, the head gasket was bad. So we got a new engine, or it was a used engine, but we put that engine in, but it developed a leak, and it just got too bad that eventually just all the oil just dropped out and the engine went bad. So I got another engine for it because like I said, I love this car. It's a fun car. It's got a lot of pickup. It goes drives everywhere. I love this car, but it's got some damage. It's the hood's bent up. The headlights are good. It still drives. I mean, all the lights work, did everything, all that. But I think the power something is going with the power steering. Um, but anyway, yeah. So that's what's going on with me, my friends. And I am starting a podcast. Um, I have played around with this idea of doing a podcast for a long time, but I wasn't quite sure what to do the podcast about because I have done podcasts in the past. And what they all ended up being was me talking to other comedians about comedy, which nothing against comedians and their podcasts, but I just the world doesn't need another comedian talking about comedy, especially me talking about comedy. Um, but I finally figured out I'm going to talk about philosophy and basically just life in general. Um, I guess I'll talk about lessons that I've learned from stand-up comedy. I'll definitely talk about comedy. Who am I kidding? But not like it's not going to be the only thing I talk about. I'm going to talk about everything, but it's going to be about mostly about philosophy and about how to be happy. I did okay. So if you want to go back to December 13th, the night that I had the accident, it's interesting because when I had the impact, the airbag goes off and the lights in the car, bing, 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 and you got the weird smell from the bag going on, and I'll pull it off and I'm just sort of like freaked out, like what the hell just happened? Um, you have that moment of, this, I wouldn't say it was a death thing. It wasn't like, oh, my whole life flashed before my eyes. But I will tell you this. I will say this. In that moment, when you have that brief second of oh my God, it's all over. I'm going to die. Which, when you're in the act, you don't know, because I didn't know if there was a car behind me, it was going to hit me. I mean, for that split second when you think, oh no, something horrible's just happened, and it's still happening. The only thing I could think of, the only thing that came to my mind was my wife. That was it. All I could think of was, oh no, I hope she's going to be okay. That was the only thought I had. When I thought it was over, or potentially over, the only thought I had was for her. I hope she's okay. I hope that she's going to be okay. That was it. So I guess if you have that moment where, what's life all about? What's the meaning of it all? I knew in that moment that I picked wisely. you know, and then when I called her, and I'm kind of telling her I'm kind of freaked out about everything, and my wife just said, "Oh, I'm on my way," and I couldn't wait for her to get there. When she finally got there, just held her. I just, I hope that you in your life have that. I hope that you have that one person that when it's all said and done, you have that one person that is everything. Because I have that, and I'm so honored and so privileged to have that in my life, and to have all of you guys, to have all of you in my life. I can't thank you enough. Um, Everybody who's bought stuff from our website and has been supporting us that way, that coming to the shows and liking my videos and sharing them with people and just everything. He's just I'm truly just honored and blessed beyond belief. And I hope that you out there are experiencing that in your life. I hope that you have that in your life. So what's this? In my near-death experience, an angel with super loud wings and my three aunts that aren't even dead yet were encouraging me to stay. I just kept saying, no, no, I can't leave my son. That's beautiful, Ruthie. Thank you. Thank you. Will you be in Portland? Yes, I've got to set up more shows. Um, the comedy establishment is not interested in me at all. I'm just not the demographic they're looking for. They want younger guys, which I don't blame them. I understand this is a business, and they want to put effort into building up careers of younger guys because they're going to be around a longer time. They build up an audience in the club. I'm an old dude. They're just not going to gamble on me. And so I had to just set up my own stuff and set up my own shows. And I'm cool with that. I'm fine. I'm fine with this. And but so that's what's going on with me. I do have some shows coming up. One place is taking it or giving me a shot, and I appreciate them. It's called Off the Hook Comedy Club in Naples, Florida. I'm going to be there on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That's the kind of gigs that I get. I get the middle of the week stuff. Some clubs are letting me do the weekends, but some of these other clubs they want because of your internet presence. Some of these clubs don't know. Some of these clubs don't know that I'm a comedian. They know that I'm a social media guy. They see my videos. They don't know I'm a stand-up. So they think that I might have I might draw people in, but they don't know what my comedy's like. They don't think of me as a stand-up comic. And so they'll give me a shot to do a show during the week or at an off night, and then see if I can draw an audience. And then when I do the shows, they see I can do the shows, and they go, "Oh, okay, we can get you back out here." So anyway, I'm doing those shows, Naples, Florida, 21st or 22nd, 23rd, 24th, somewhere around. Anyway, that week. No, 24th, 25th, 26th. That's what it is. That's what it is. Yes, I'll come to Canada. I want to come to Canada. I got to get my passport in order. You used to be able to go to Canada. We just said, "Yeah, I promise I'll not here." But now there's a whole rigmarole. I think there's still COVID things going on. But yes, I'll be coming to Canada at some point in time. Yes. It says, your positive approach to life and comedy has been a wonderful blessing to me to have in my life, and I am all in helping your ministry grow. Thank you. It does, it does feel like a ministry. I think that this is one thing that I tell people is that when you, it, instead of preaching to people and telling them that they're sinners and that their life is worthless without God, which it is. But instead of saying that, instead of that being your message, what I want to show is that we are here to be happy. God created all of this for us to be happy and to enjoy ourselves and to learn, to make mistakes, have mistakes, to just live life. We were given this beautiful gift of life, and we should be out there living it and enjoying it and helping others live and enjoy their life and everything. And so this really does feel like a ministry. This feels like my calling is to just bring joy to the world, to bring some happiness. So thank you, Dear Christians Podcast. Thank you for your support. Thank you. And I'll check out your podcast. Super loud wings flapping. He was carrying me up. I was at a Walmart and I looked up and it was like a 1980s TV turning off. Hello, workers. There said the lights flickered. The most interesting thing is there were 3 of my aunts that haven't passed were there. That's pretty interesting. Well, that you bring that up. I've actually heard of other people who have had near-death experiences who have encountered people who have passed on, but still have also encountered people who are still alive. Because I think that, our energy is eternal, and so it's not unlike. I don't want to get into it, but I'm not surprised by that at all. So. It's amazing you make people smart when anyone has a gift to contribute to the world. Well, thank you, Ruthie. I try. Not everybody's happy with my videos, but I try. I really am always looking for a good message to share. And sometimes it feels like I'm just saying the same stuff over and over again. But I realize that I have a lot of new people who are coming in who are finding out about me, and not everybody goes back and watches all your videos. If you go on YouTube, I have hundreds of videos. It's going to take a while to get through all the videos, and so not everybody sees everything I've ever done. I've been making videos for years now, and you're not going to see everything. And so I do recycle some of the videos. I'll repost them just to, give them new life because not everybody sees them. I mean, I have, hundreds of thousands of followers or so on Facebook, and my videos will only get a couple thousand views. I mean, so even the people who are following me aren't getting to see my videos. So you cannot ever be overexposed. This is one thing people worry about, being overexposed back in the early days of comedy, when I was doing comedy. Everybody's, worried about overexposure. Well, that's just not even possible. It's not even possible to be overexposed, I think, in this world right now. So, what's this? You have military background? Yes, I was in the Marine Corps. United States Marine Corps. Let's see, Beverly. I love to tell you mine and my husband's story. I'll send to you later if that's okay. You'll like it. It's crazy. I think probably do. Hey, yeah, I would love to hear it. I love to hear your stories. I love to hear. I'm definitely you aren't getting the mainstream attention. Is it? I don't know. I think. Okay. Here's one thing. I will say this. I do not like to blame the audience. If you hear me out. And I'll say, I try to be, I don't want to complain and say, oh, it's because I'm old. Okay. I also know that I have a weird thing going on here. Okay. because people don't know how to treat me because they don't know. Like America's Got Talent reached out to me a couple years ago about being on America's Got Talent, but when it came right down to it, they just didn't know what to do with me. They had no idea. What do you do with a motivational comedian? They had no idea what to do with me, you know. And they just and some of them, the producers just didn't fully get the act. You know, they didn't fully understand it. And so I'm doing something different than what everybody else is doing. So I don't fit the mold. And in the age bracket, I mean, when you're looking for when agents are going out and they're looking for new talent to represent, and to get into the clubs and stuff, you've got to be you have to have an agent to represent you to really get into the clubs, because that's where the bigger clubs pull their um, uh, talent from. It's from the bigger things. And so, and some clubs don't. Some clubs are smaller clubs, which I get into all the time. There's not a problem. But the bigger mainstream clubs, in order to really get into those, they're looking for younger guys because they're looking for people that is going to make them money for many years to come. So they'll get a guy who's in his 20s, 25s, he's young, he's good looking, he's funny, he's smart, he's got many years ahead of him. They're going to put their effort into building that guy's career because he's going to have them a lot of good returns for many years. When they look at me, I'm an old guy. It's just a business decision. It's not like they hate old people. It's just, why would you put your effort into a guy who's, 50 years old when you could put the same effort into a guy who's 20, 25, who's got many more years, I'm damaged goods at this point in time. And I'm not complaining. I understand that. I get that. So I just have to approach it a different way. And I never expected to have any of this. So I'm grateful for what I have right now. I'm not complaining at all. But it's a different way of thinking. I don't have that pursuing an agent and trying to get into the clubs the way others do. I just know that that's not really much of an option for me at this point, unless I break through in just huge numbers, which I haven't done yet. I've done well online, but I haven't done that well with the clubs. I haven't really sold out everywhere I go. I haven't created that sort of momentum yet. I would like to, but I've got to work on my act. I've got to get better at being funnier to more people. But I know that I know that my act isn't fully comprehended by a lot of people. I'm not mainstream because what I'm doing is not what anybody has ever seen before, or at least the way I'm doing it. So I'm not, as I said, I'm not complaining. I'm not going to say it's ageist. I don't think people are. I don't think people are saying, "Oh, he's an old guy. We hate old people." I don't think that's it at all. I think they just, it's just the way life is. Yes, yes, Brian. I do need to get my act together. You've been telling me that for years. Hey, people, Brian Duff is a friend of mine. I've known him for many, many, many years. And love this dude. Gregory, just do it. Yeah, that's what I'm doing, man. I'm just doing it. Setting up my own shows. And I'll tell you about them. What's going on. I'm doing Daryl's house, Daryl's place. If you know Daryl and Hall, Hall and Oates, the music act, Hall and Oates. Daryl Hall has a podcast called Daryl's Place, where he brings in, he's been in the music industry for forever, his whole life. He knows everybody in the music industry, and they're all of his friends. And he has them come over to his place, and they sing each other's songs, and they sing other people's songs. It's a great podcast. It's just a lot of fun. It's creative. They just do incredible things. Well, he's taken that and opened a music venue, bar / restaurant entertainment venue and they do live concerts there. So he's using it to support new and upcoming music acts, and so he's giving back to the world. He's giving back to the music industry. He knows it's a tough industry to do well in and to get going, and so he's doing good things. He's doing great things. So anyway, so they also do comedy there, and I got selected to be on one of the shows, and it's going to be on January 11th at Daryl's house in New York, upstate New York. Look it up. Look up Daryl's house, New York, and you'll find it. And I'm doing a comedy show there next Wednesday. That's like, holy cow, that's next week. It's going, time's flying. So I'm doing that. And then on the 21st, I'm doing a veterans show here in Connecticut. Or actually, it's Massachusetts. Anyway, but that show, I just heard, I think it's sold out. The veterans show on the 21st is just about sold out. If you're interested in going, if you're in New England and you want to go to that show, I think they have 7 tickets left. They're VIP tickets. If you're interested in the show, let me know and I'll see if I can set you up with that if you want to go. It's with me and my friend AJ Haypenny is on the show. It's going to be fun. I love doing veteran shows. I am a veteran. I was in the Marine Corps, so if you want to raise money for a veterans organization and you want to have me come and do a show, I love doing them. So get a hold of me. What's this? Do something different can become a real grind for it to grow. Yes, yes. Often because the people with the money and want a proven formula is more of a short thing. You'll get there. Well, thank you. I believe so. Thank you, Rita. I really did not expect this to happen. So I've been doing comedy for over 25 years now. And I had just gotten to the point where I thought, I enjoy doing comedy. I love being on stage. I love entertaining people. But I didn't like being away from my family and my kids when they were growing up. And so, hey, thank you, Joanne, for the super sticker. Appreciate it. That is awesome of you. I wasn't focused on being on the road all the time like I should have been, probably. Comedy had just sort of become a hobby for many years because I thought, I'm past the prime, but I love doing it. I'm just going to do it because I love doing it. And that's what I was doing. Then I started making the videos just to have fun and goof off. I created this character and was just having fun. That was it. I was just goofing off, being a nut. And the videos took off. And all of a sudden, it just went nuts. And and all of a sudden, here I am. I kind of have a career, which is kind of fun. And so this is all new to me. I'm still learning. I still have no idea what I'm doing most of the time. I'm just plugging along, and that's it. I said, I don't, who do you talk to? Nobody's done it like this before. Some people have had success in on the internet, but I've never been here before. And so this is all new to me, and I've made some mistakes. I've gotten complacent, I think, sometimes. But I'm having fun. And I think that's what I'm going back to now, is just doing what I enjoy doing and not trying to, I don't want to think about the business end of this. I probably should. If I did more business end stuff, maybe I would do better, but I don't know. I have no idea. So here, I had you do a cameo video for me around Thanksgiving. Thank you for that. Your comment is down to earth and helpful. Thank you. Well, thank you, Nate. Thank you for having me do the cameo. I appreciate that. Like, people ask me, what do you do for a living? And honestly, I wish people a happy birthday. I sell T-shirts and wish people happy birthday. That's that's how I support myself. Occasionally, I do comedy shows. I like to do more. I would like to do a lot more. Yeah, man. If you can make someone really going through some things feel relatable and feel better, you're doing something. Well, thank you, Justin. I do really try to help. Um, I want to make people laugh and be funny and share a little light knowledge to the world. Um, not really. That's my goal. That's my goal. Most comedians, well, I don't want to say that. Let's just say I don't want to attack other people, and I just want to be a goofball. That's it. I just want to be silly. I just want to make people think about themselves and about their lives and how they can improve their lives. Because if you improve your life, you're improving the lives of those who went around you. You're making the life of other people better. You're making your family's lives better. You're just, if you're happier, everybody else is happier, and that's my message. Pamela, yes, I am married. I am married for 30 years now to my beautiful, lovely bride, Teresa. Um, and we're very, very happy. So thank you for asking. Love your videos. Thank you so much for the wonderful line. Well, thank you, Kathy Wilkerson. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. You're still already a portable whiteboard. You're still already doing portable. I do have many portable whiteboards. Um, I keep my notes on them. I find your coming to be spiritual in nature. I've been affected on personal. Well, thank you, Paul. Thank you. Um, raw unplanned dance. That's I like that. I like that. I like your. I think your you send a message with just your name. That's pretty cool. I appreciate that. For what it's worth, I thoroughly enjoyed watching this to you. You were very entertaining. Well, thank you very much. I'm trying to be. I'm trying to be. Trying to spread a little joy and happiness. Um, I kind of miss doing. I need to do more of these lives. So here's my plans for the next year. I'm going to do a podcast. It's based primarily on philosophy and living a good life. Because as Socrates said, the unexamined life is not worth living, and I really believe that to be true. You should be trying to live a good life, improving your life. That's why I think you should make resolutions, but not just New Year's resolutions. I think you should just make a plan for what you want your life to be and start living. Um, Take good care of yourself. Be healthier. Make better choices. And I want to help people do that and make you laugh at the same time. That's all I'm doing. That's my whole thing. Are you the one of the prophets said would arrive, or should we? I don't. If I'm the prophet that it hasn't been made known to me directly that I'm anything more than just a comedian who's a goofball. Um, that's all I can say. That's all I can. That I cannot confirm nor deny. All I can say is that I'm just a big goofball. Most of the short videos on the internet that the algorithm send to me are toxic. Then you come around with pure fun, decency, and charm. Thank you, sir. Well, thank you, Rayon Cardigan. What a great name, Rayon Cardigan. What an awesome name that is. Thank you, Rayon. Appreciate you. Says, goodness, I have COVID and you're telling me you feel better. I'm trying, Pamela. Well, Phil, I hope you have a speedy recovery. I had COVID it was over the summer, and it was miserable. I remember lying there in bed thinking to myself, I need to go use the bathroom. And I was contemplating just going in and peeing the bed because getting up and walking, going to the bathroom was such an ordeal. I mean, I had to roll. I rolled out of bed and crawled to the toilet because I was so weak. Uh, but one thing I did, I mean, two positives that came out of having COVID. One, I lost a lot of weight. I lost 27 pounds in a week on the COVID. And then two, because I couldn't taste anything, I was able to eat hot sauce again and enjoy it, which I hadn't been able to do for a long time. So, Santa Claus was neat. You could make me happy and stuff. You should keep doing stuff. Thank you. You could have pulled me through these depressing holidays. Thank you. Thank you, Leroy Cook. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Was this if you're Nicole? No, I have not ever heard of Dave Nicholas. Awesome. This is a lot for me, and my PTSD is just random thoughts. Thank you. This thing is I've worked with a lot of veterans over the years, and being able to share with them really the blessing that is stoicism, being able to look at life from that perspective, where you kind of steps outside of yourself and view the world from that perspective. It really helps dealing with PTSD, being able to see what it is that's causing the issues that you're having. And in fact, when I made a video, I didn't want to make a video about PTSD because I thought people would take it that I was mocking people with PTSD. So I really did not want to make the video. But I had several people asking me to, and so I finally did. And I wanted to do it in a way that I explained what PTSD was, so that if you didn't know what PTSD was, or you didn't know what the experience was, that you would walk away from that video having a better understanding of it. So you knew how to help somebody who had it, or at least understand what they're going through. And also to help people with PTSD have a better frame of reference as to how to explain it themselves to other people and for themselves. Because I realized that a lot of people with PTSD didn't fully comprehend what was going on in their brain. And having had the opportunity to make that video and share it, and the messages and stories that I've gotten from people talking about that video in particular has been overwhelming. I mean, I've had some people that thought that I was trying to make fun of it, but I was like, no, I'm not. I said that's not what the intent was, and just being able to just laugh at life, being able to laugh at things that you're going through, even the more difficult things, helps you deal with it. It helps you get over it. It helps you take away its power. You take away its power, because comedy is a way of deconstructing. This is the thing that I love about comedy. So there's a lot of talk about this idea of deconstructing things, and that really is a lot of the things that we create. We kind of compound them because we keep adding things to it, adding and adding and adding, and then an issue becomes a bigger issue. It almost gets to the point where you're not ever talking about the actual issue, because you're talking about other issues that you keep adding to the one issue. So being able to deconstruct what's actually going on and get to the root of what's causing you the anguish and the discomfort is a brilliant thing. And comedy is a wonderful way of doing that. Comedy is one of the best ways to deconstruct anything, whether it's a philosophy or an idea, politics, social taboos, everything. Comedy deconstructs things faster than anything else, because you strip it down to its core. You strip it down to its rawness. And that's what I love. That's what I love about comedy, is being able to do that. I think people need to know more about the many depths of PTSD. I wholeheartedly agree. As long as your heart is in there in the right place, then that's all that matters. Thank you. I do appreciate that. I do. I do. I've had a lot of family members who've been through, like I said, my grandfather was an alcoholic. Um, and I won't go into the issues, but I've had family members who have, been on psychotropic drugs and have to go to therapists. And so I've been around a lot of people with various mental disorders. And I love being able to help people. I really do. As you get more experience in life, do people and nature look different as a species? Perspective, reality transforms someone. I think you if you're doing it right, if you're living your life the way you should, I think you become more, or at least you can. You can become more. You can either become more cynical or you can be more empathetic. And I think a lot of people, they get beat down by life, they become more cynical towards life. I've chosen to become more empathetic. I realize that everybody in this life is doing the best they can. And that really, when you think of that, when you think of everybody you meet is trying to do the best they can with their life, you automatically just are less judgmental, you know. Not everybody just thinks the way you do. Not everybody thinks the way that you do. Just let them live their life. They're not, as long as you're not hurting anyone else, as long as you're not tearing other people down, and just living your life. You do it. You. You rock so big, Rodney. Thank you, Jody. Thank you for sharing what's going on in that nugget of yours. And thank you for doing so without rudeness or foul language, a rare quality these days. I love you. Thank you. Thank you. Like I said, I'm doing what I can. This is my lovely bride, Teresa, who I have invited to be on. She could have joined me. She could join me at any point in time. She might, but she's got a sinus issue. And so she doesn't breathe very well. So she doesn't want to talk because she doesn't sound her best. But here it is. I love his comedy. I fully support what he's doing. I always have, even before people knew who he was. She is the reason I do comedy. This is my lovely bride. If you want to follow her, she's the brains behind this operation. She's the one who runs the website. She's the one who does all the order fulfillment. She's the one. People kept asking me to do T-shirts and stuff, and I was at a loss what to do. I mean, I was looking at having other, fulfillment companies to do stuff. She went and watched some videos how to make T-shirts. She bought all the equipment. She's designed, her and my sons designed the T-shirts, designed the calendars, all that stuff. Let me show you. I got one. She's the one behind all the merchandise. So if you don't know, we have a Rodney Norman calendar, and what it is those of you who've got one, thank you so much. It's in their show. Look, I opened right up to February. You're the right amount of beautiful and just the right amount of ugly to be perfect. So there's me and her at the February always includes a picture of Teresa. Me and Teresa. And so there we are at Mount Rushmore. And there's a quote. So these are my calendars. If you want, we still have a few left. We still have not a lot left. We still have some, but it's British quotes. It's me. It's always featuring one of my T-shirts. Anyway, she runs all this. Her and my son Marcus design these calendars, and they do a great job. people asked for them, and so they put it together. This is our third one that we've done. But all the T-shirts and everything, she runs all that, and love her dearly. So maybe I'll get to. I love you. I am poor. Can't pay for your star. I share him. Brandy Chanel. I've been following. Okay. Thank you, Amy. I appreciate you, Amy. And look, I don't. Joy Sylvie had me rolling. Happy New Year to you both. Cheers. Cheers. Was that the Christmas one? Is that the one you're talking about? Oh no, the drug, the Walls. Was it Walls drugs? The one up in South Dakota, that place? That okay, yeah. Those are fun. Those are fun. We're gonna do more travel stuff. Oh, okay, I got that one. Yes, Mary Jane, you are true. You are correct. So she's the one who really encouraged me to do stand up in the first place. It was her idea. I'd always wanted to do it. I just didn't know how to get into it. And she kept telling me, well, figure it out and do it. Yes, it is, David Link. It is everything. I've seen a lot of comedians who start doing comedy and their spouse is not behind it. And it takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of failure, a lot of driving 3 hours to go do 5 minutes for a show that you had to, spend money to be there. I've done a lot of those kind of things. I've been through a lot of those disappointments, where you book a show for a weekend and then you get there and don't get paid for it. I've had those kinds of disappointments. I've been through everything you could possibly imagine in comedy. I've been through it. And she has been there with me thick and thin through all of it. And I really cannot thank her enough. I've trained services plus lived experience, can't do the job I love anymore. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Never mind, I made a choice and didn't judge anyone. Not my place, but was heavily judged. But guess what? I got a job, yay, in a hospitality, yay. So happy day. Love the calendar, picking you both. Thank you. Well, congratulations on your new job. Appreciate you. That's awesome. I love your videos during our self meeting for motivation. Oh dear. Oh dear. Share your videos for sales meeting motivation. God bless your organization. Oh wow, that's funny. I've heard I've gotten messages from school teachers who have been using my videos with their classroom, and they'll watch my video and then they'll discuss what the video is about. They'll talk about the messages, and because I have positive messages, they'll play it for their kids, and then they'll talk about it. And because the messages, there's a lot of philosophy and psychology involved in a lot of the stuff I talk about, and so that is to me one of the coolest things. And that's part of why I also, one of the things is I make videos. I want people to be able to share them and not feel embarrassed by what they're going to share with somebody, So you can share the videos with anybody. You can let your kids see the videos. And that's and a lot of this is just because I'm not a crass person. I'm not perfect by any means. I'm not some holy figure. I certainly have my own faults, failures in life. I'm not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but I do want to be a better person, and so I try. Where I heard about all the banana stuff coming out of the speaker of the house. Right. That is, Oh my goodness, that whole Speaker of the House thing. I think they finally did it. I think they finally did close in on something, but boy, that's been crazy. I think it's I can't remember a time when it was this insane that it went this long to go through. I mean, 2 days, I think it was. Yeah, just trying to just spread a little positivity. Okay. I cut a video a year or so ago. I love sharing the positive vibes and always get love back. Thanks, bro. Hey, thank you, Bill. Thank you. That's that's a thing is I've had a lot of times I've gotten videos that they were funny, but I was like, I'm not going to share this with anybody. So I look forward to making something that other people can share, and I do my stuff gets shared a lot, and I'm just pleased beyond belief, honored uh, to do this. Anyway, let me go back to tell you what I'm doing this next year. We got lots of shows coming up. So we do have Off the Hook Comedy Club in Naples, Florida this month. I'm going to be in Rexburg, Idaho in April, and Wise Guys Comedy Club in Ogden, Utah in April. I'm going to be in Keokuk in March, Keokuk, Iowa in March. And I have other places that we were talking to. We're just trying to solidify some dates. I'm looking to get everywhere: Ohio, New Orleans, Seattle, Portland, Oregon, all over Oregon, actually. Bend, I think. So if you have a place, if you know of a place that could host a show, the places that I'm looking for is some place that already has a stage, a place that can host up to 100 at least people, possibly more, small theater, nightclub, any of that kind of stuff. If you're associated with one of these kind of places, please reach out to us. We want to start booking those kind of places and get back out there. I hope to get back to the Smoke Monkey in Texas. Hyenas Comedy Clubs in Texas. We'll be back there soon. Everywhere, Canada. I want to come to Canada. Like I said, I'm going to get my passport sorted out, get that taken care of. Everywhere. Wichita's the Looney Bin. Yeah, we need to go back to the Looney Bin. I need to get back there. Wise Guys. Yeah, I'm already in with Wise Guys in Salt Lake in Utah. I said I'll be in Ogden, and I'll probably be at the West Jordan Club very soon. So, yeah, it's Australia. I need to come to Australia, absolutely. So we'll be doing this. Me and the bride, my lovely wife, will be joining me as well. Yes, I do American Legions. I'd love American Legions. I'm a member of the American Legion. I'm an honorary member of the American Legion. So yes, I will. I am happy to do American Legions, churches. I said I do. I do a pretty clean. I could do. Let me just say this: I can do all ages. I can do clubs. I could do any venue and do well. And I'm willing to come anywhere. I would love to set up stuff in England and Ireland if we could put together a good little run. If I could set something up, I would love to do that. So, like I said, if you have contact, if you know a venue that does these kinds of things, if you have a contact there, if you know somebody, reach out to me and we'll try to put something together. just telling me where a club is and stuff and saying you should go there. I don't. I really need to help. Yeah, okay, here's how you can help me. If there's a comedy club near you or a venue that does comedy near you, you can call them and contact them, send them email and say, hey, you should have Rodney Norman. If enough people say that to them, they'll look at me. The other thing you can do is if you have a connection with a place um, where you can actually introduce me, or if you book the place and you want to bring me in, contact me through the website, through rodneynorman.com. There's a place where you can email us. Those messages are seen by my wife and me, so we both see them, and we can react, and we can start putting together something. So that's how. If you want to do that, that's what you do. So, but I love you. I hope that you're doing well. I hope that I hope your New Year's starting off good. I had kind of a setback. And I want to take this opportunity to tell you about a guy named Artie Robb, who is I still anyway. He was a comedian that I met early on when I moved to New England, moved to Connecticut. He was one of the comics that I met early when I got out here, and had a good friendship with him, and done a lot of shows together with him. And in the last couple of years, he had a stroke, and a lot of comics around the area came together and did some benefit shows for him. Jess Miller, my friend Jess Miller, was really instrumental in putting a lot of that stuff together, raising money for him and his family to get through this. He wasn't able to take care of himself, and because of his health, and so he moved in with his sister, and she's been taking care of him, and he just passed away. And I'm really sad because I was hoping he was going to recover and get back on stage, because he was a very, very funny gentleman, very nice person. He's one of those kinds of people that you enjoyed seeing perform. You enjoyed hanging out with him after the show. He was just a genuine human being, and he's missed, will be missed, and it's really sad to hear about his passing. So my love going out to Artie Robb and his family, and all the other comics out there. It's very sad. And look, I don't want to make this about me. Please, I only want to say this because I love the guy, and it's sad to see him gone, and wish I would have got to spend more time with him. And I hope that if there's any message I can share with anybody tonight, it's that give a big hug to the people around you, and love and appreciate them, because you never know when this is over. You never know when this is over. And but I do know when this live broadcast is going to be over. It's going to be over very, very shortly. So I just want to say thank you to everybody who's joined me here tonight. I got the podcast I'm working on, having the first episode done here in the next few days. I'll be dropping it on Patreon first. So if you want to follow me on Patreon and support me there, you'll see it and have a chance to give me some feedback. And then I'll be dropping it to everything else probably first next week. I'm looking to do at least one episode a week, and be dropping them on Mondays, possibly Tuesdays. We'll see. We'll see how it goes together. It's going to be about philosophy. It's going to be about life, and should be fun. So anyway, thank you for joining me. I appreciate all of you for the super chats and the kindness that you guys have shared with me there on the YouTube. Thank you for everybody who's followed me. And yes, I did. Somebody asked if I had gotten my 100,000 button from. People want to see it. Let me show you. Where did I put it? There it is. Hold on. I haven't hung it on my wall yet, but I do have my 100,000. It's amazing. And what they do when you get one of they send you a message, hey, congratulations, you can hit the 100,000. Hey, just give us some money and we'll send you one of these. So you have to buy it. They don't just send it to you. You have to buy it. So you have to. So you have. Well, first of all, you have to earn it, but you still have to pay for it. But anyway, but I thought it was a pretty cool thing for hitting 100,000. That's what you get. It's a little mirror, because those of us who did this were kind of narcissistic, and so having a mirror hanging up, it's a good thing. So I do have this from YouTube. I didn't get anything from Facebook or TikTok at all. I don't know what's going on with TikTok, but they're like ignoring me. It's kind of weird. I don't know what the deal with TikTok is, because like my videos aren't getting seen by anybody. It's almost non-existent. It's almost like I don't have a TikTok account anymore, to be honest with you. That's probably best. But anyway, you guys have been wonderful. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for hanging out with me tonight. But I got stuff to do. I'm probably going to go hang out on Instagram here for a little bit if you want to join me over there. And you guys have been amazing. Love you bunches. Okay, bye.